All right, nice to have you with us. A Thursday podcast. Al, what is up,
Oh, hi there,
man?
Jerry.
How we doing?
While I was on vacation, I was I was I will tell you that like when I had a lot of time on vacation, I did have a lot of time to think about things
Sure.
and research things that I was interested in. And I got into this whole thing about I was researching and reading up on and doing stuff about sports radio.
Okay.
And I ran into there was an article at Barrett Sports Media. He is a sports radio consultant type guy. He
hmm
also puts out articles, has a website,
He
that
does a
sort of thing.
morning and night edition too.
Yeah, he does all sorts of. He was originally just doing sports radio. Now he does other radio as well, like rock radio,
hmm
top 40, that sort of thing. But there was an interesting article in there about somebody, or somebody wrote that was concerning sports radio hosts and how they need to also be doing an additional podcast.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting because what he was saying is in this article was that eventually you will lose your job. Like eventually,
hmm
whether you have a 20-year run, 30-year run, 40-year run,
It's
maybe even when you retire, whatever it is, that if you don't have a already established podcast, you're really in the hole.
correct.
And then I got me thinking because I was like, yeah, Evan does that Rico Bronya
Yep.
podcast,
Yep.
which is Mets centric, which is very good. I gotta say, like when Evan first started that, I was always thinking like Evan does 4 hours
Right.
already,
Why is he doing this for 45 minutes or an hour sometimes?
and he covers the Mets on a show. Why is he doing this? But I guess that's why he's doing it, right? And it got me thinking that no one else here, like we do this
Yeah.
podcast, but this isn't the problem with this podcast is that this is like no one's going to discover us that doesn't already know us,
It would be hard at this point.
right?
I would think so. Yeah.
Because we don't do a niche type podcast where Evans is the Mets.
hmm
So let's say somebody doesn't listen to WFAN, they don't go to the radio. They may find Evans'
On YouTube.
podcast on YouTube,
No doubt.
or even they're searching iTunes or
Yeah.
Spotify.
hmm
Like I need more Mets content than I can handle. Where can I get it? And that was the thing that this person was saying that sports radio hosts need. And we're not doing a
No,
niche
we
one.
just kind of shoot the crap
Yeah.
And the problem with that is, I would think the more a Met fan is on YouTube, maybe not the first, second, or 400th time they're searching, at some point, Evan's show is going to come across their timeline
Yeah.
because it's Mets.
Right.
I don't know what timelines we would come across.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
it'd be really random. So I was trying to think like no one else really on the radio station has a separate podcast, I don't believe.
I don't think so. I mean, um, yeah, not that I'm aware of. I mean, Keith McPherson might actually. He might. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he might,
Um,
you're right.
I
Like
had someone reach out to me asking me to do a Cowboys podcast. But as much as I want to do it, and I think it really would be fun, I think it's a lot of work. And I'm already like, once in a couple weeks, the grind for me is a lot.
yeah, well that's the thing, like even in this article I was reading, and I think the guy who wrote it brought it up as well. It's that sports talk hosts are doing 4 hours a day of talking. What else? Like now you want me to do an additional podcast where I'm talking? Like that's a
Well,
lot of
I would
talking.
I would tell you, if my only job was being a talk show host 4 hours a day, I
Yeah.
would do it. In a heartbeat, I would do it. Because I'll counter what you just said with, what else am I doing all day?
And you've already done all the research for your 4 hour
Yeah.
show.
My hesitation to do it is, I've got Compass Media Network's work that's going to start week 1 with the Cowboys and Eagles. And if I'm not working the Cowboys game, either calling the game or in studio, I'm working another NFL game for them. So out of the 20, I guess with the buys, what is the NFL season? With the preseason, it's what, 21 weeks, would you say? Does that sound right? Because you got, every team's got 17 and 20, so it's probably 21 weeks.
Yeah.
So I've got some sort of NFL responsibility, I think, this season, 16 out of 21 weeks. Starting the second week of November, the Rutgers basketball season begins. I hesitate to start it because if I can't do it every week, what's the point of starting it? It's
Yeah.
a lot. If this was my only job, I would do it in a heartbeat, and I would probably do 2 shows a week. Why not? It'd be
Yeah, why
fun.
not? Yeah, I think about that. Like guys like Tommy Lugauer,
Sure.
right? He is a voice on the station, but doesn't have his own show. Now
Not that I'm aware of.
he fills in,
Yeah.
right? Does the Lugauer
Mhm.
after the
Filled in
Tiki
with
and
Sean
Evan?
the other day.
Yeah, fills is a fill in. But what if he did, a daily show? Would that be successful?
It might be. I do think you said the word niche. I think you do have to specialize in something.
Yeah,
I think it's very difficult to the one thing that got me thinking was what and I don't know, maybe we look into this too. And this is from Mr. Beast. When you're doing your shows, why not start doing subtitles in other languages? Make it available. And I only say that from the standpoint of it is New York City. You never know. Someone in Vietnam, I don't know, might find it interesting if they could read along. Who knows? You never know where you find a new
you never
audience.
know.
So there are different ways you could maybe find new people, but it's not easy. But yeah, I don't know why other people don't do it. And it's more YouTube than it is just a podcast too.
Correct.
It is different.
Yeah, because they're saying like it's very hard to discover a new audio podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard. But it's not as difficult to get discovered on YouTube because they have that landing page when you first go there of
Right.
things they think you would like. And then you're also more likely to search for topics you like on YouTube versus search for topics you like on Spotify
Right.
or the
I'll
Apple
continue to
podcast.
say you blew it with the health stuff. You just didn't give it. It's going to take the one thing that seems like a constant from everyone that's successful. Now,
Yeah.
I'm sure there are hundreds that aren't successful. I get that. But everyone that's successful also says the same thing. You don't start it and then bang, there's 10,000
Yeah.
subscribers. It is from everything I read, you've got to give yourself not 2 months, 2 years
Yeah.
before you start gaining some sort of traction. And you've got to post consistently. You were
Yeah.
doing it consistently, but it was as if after a couple months, like, what am I doing this for?
Yeah, one of the other things I found for people out there listening who are interested in this for themselves is that I watched a couple different YouTube creators that I follow their channels, and they both were essentially saying the same thing, that this short form content that people are doing on TikTok and Instagram, in order to be successful in short form content, you need millions of followers. In order to if you want to do this for a living, you've got to be able to do 20 to 22-minute, 25-minute videos consistently on YouTube.
Yeah, I believe that.
And the one guy I follow, he says he treats it as if he's doing a radio show.
Mm-hmm.
He does a 25-minute show every day. And then if he does other things, he puts it on a different channel. But his one channel, he treats as that. But even then, like it takes a long time.
See, I've said this to you. I would like to do this live
Yeah.
rather than tape it and send it out. I think live, I think you get more people watching it because the live stuff, at least for me, the live stuff seems to come across my time, my page
That's true.
from a lot of other people.
Right. They want you to watch live content on
Yeah,
YouTube. That's a
yeah.
good point.
I actually think we could and should do that, but
It's embarrassing sometimes though. You see some of these shows,
Yeah,
they
it is.
come up as live and you're like, 6 people are viewing.
Oh yeah, I know that is true. I tell you, the other day, so Sal and BT show streams live on YouTube now. Sal the other day, at one point, I turned it on because it came across my YouTube feed.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, let me see what it looks like, and I put it on, and he had, I think, 1,800 people watching. It's like, damn, that wasn't watching a video that was posted. That many people were watching him live on YouTube.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I thought that was a good number.
Yeah. I saw on my page this morning, it came up Glenn Beck. He's like a conservative talk show host. He had 6,000 watching live.
How about that?
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good because that's people. It's weird now because YouTube TV, you can watch YouTube on your TV. I always think of YouTube as people just watching you on a phone or a computer, but there's so many different ways to consume it now. It's different, very different these days.
Yeah. These other embedded in the article about sports radio guys needing a podcast, embedded in that was a year ago video of 2 guys who worked at KNBR in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And they had been previously let go by the radio station, but they were reacting to the radio station in cost-cutting measures, getting rid of nights and weekend programming and putting up the Infinity Sports
Mm,
Network instead.
wow.
And their point was, yes, could you save money by not being live in the lesser listened to day parts? Sure. But where are you finding your next group of talk show hosts, since they generally start at nights and weekends?
True. True.
And that was their point there too. And now those guys who are no longer with that station, I was looking, they do a live YouTube Wake Up Niners show every day. So
Okay.
it's like all
Every day.
Niners, yeah, all Bay Area. They're actually treating it like they're doing a Bay Area sports show like they always have done,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they do it on YouTube. But it's so when you look, there are some videos where they have a lot, some where they have very little. It's just so inconsistent
Well, I mean, you look at our FAN YouTube page. To me, it's the same thing.
all over the
You will
place.
see some BT and Sal videos that have 25,000 views, some that have 2,000.
Yeah.
Some Boomer and Geo ones got 20, some have 1,500. Like I don't understand the rhyme or the reason for any of it.
The biggest thing I'm not grasping, and I see this all over YouTube, is channels that have millions of subscribers
And low viewership,
and then low viewership.
which makes 0 sense. Because usually you subscribe to something, meaning you want to see their content when
Yeah.
it's put out. And so so it's funny. So my little Reco Golf page, which is nothing more than a few fun things I've done. I'm never making that a business, but it is fun when I have some ideas, I throw it out there. And I did the thing with me and Greg and my son at the Breezy Open from a couple weeks ago. And so every time I post something, this is not millions of followers, trust me. This is quite the opposite. But it started with 0 subscribers, and every time I post something, you seem to gain 5 or 6 more, and I'm up to 131. But it takes time though. But that said, I would think now as you get up into the hundreds of subscribers, I would think if I'm going to post something, people are going to watch it, but that's not the case.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah, I don't know if like what happens. Like I'm always looking at who I'm following on social media and YouTube, and if it's not serving me anymore, I unfollow
You
it.
move on.
I think a lot of people, once they follow something,
They leave it.
yeah, they may ignore all the stuff,
Yeah.
but they don't unsubscribe, which is weird to me because I would think you'd want your it would be more organized if you did unsubscribe.
Well, yeah, depending on how many people like I only subscribe to, I think 15 people.
Yeah, same here.
So my
Very
number's
low number.
very low. A little different than Twitter and things like that, but I keep the YouTube number really to just what I'm looking for. I don't know that I might have. I don't know that I've unsubscribed. But again, the number's so low,
Right.
I don't think it's that big a deal, at least not in my case.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
It is something.
And
It seems like the future.
Yes.
Or the present, really.
Yeah, but then you also hear of people who were doing well with shows they were doing on YouTube, where all of a sudden their viewership just drops and they
I
can't
wonder what level
think
though
why.
that is. Like that's never happening to Mr. Beast. I don't believe.
Right.
I don't know that that's ever happening to the people that have millions of subscribers. I think that might be the middling,
Like a 200,000 subscriber
which
person.
is a great number,
Yeah.
but it ain't in the millions. Like the Kelsey brothers. I don't know what their number is, but I wonder if they ever get knocked down a peg or if they've reached that type of status. It feels like there's different milestone numbers you probably need to get to where you're, I don't want to say immune from the algorithm, but maybe you are. I don't know.
Yeah.
I tell you what I do wish. I wish I understood it more. I wish so. Like we played, and there's a lot of things too. We played golf, me and CeeLo on Monday. Charlie, great guy. He bid to play with me and him for Boomers Foundation. Paid for everything. It was a wonderful day, and talked to him a lot. And whether it's YouTube, whether it's doing pavers, whether it's electrical work, in this case, he's financial. I tell you, man, talking to him, I don't know what the hell he's saying because I don't understand his world. And it's the same thing like with YouTube. Like I don't understand. Like I want to take classes for it. Like I want to know more. It's the same thing I talk about masonry work or being an electrician or a plumber. Like I just want to know the basics, the financial stuff. I'm sitting there nodding. I'm 51. I felt like I was 13 again, and my dad was trying to talk to me about finances. I want to know though. There's so much out there that completely oblivious to. It really
Yeah,
is amazing.
it is. And then you'll find people, channels and things to follow on YouTube that are so helpful and then and some of those people don't have a lot of followers. And some of those people have so many followers, you think, how did I never run into this person
Correct.
before?
Or how about even if it's a sports guy that you've never heard of, but you'll see they've got 700,000 subscribers, and yet we work in sports and we don't know who they are.
Right. Don't know who that is.
And yet they have so many people that have hit the
Yeah.
subscribe button. It is remarkable.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I don't even know though. Like I know there are YouTube classes and things like that, but I think it changes so often.
Probably. I guess I just want to understand that world a little bit better and then be able to stay up to date and current with it and kind of understand the updates.
Yeah.
I'm at the most basic level of that.
I'm also like, I have no skills in editing a video. And I've tried to, as I watch YouTube, I've tried to see what I'm watching and see how many edits people having to make and graphics they're putting it
Sure.
up or popping up a quick video cut in. And I'm thinking like that all takes time to
Oh,
do,
it takes a
right?
long time to do these
Takes a long
videos,
time, yeah.
especially if you want to do it. Like I've done some quick ones, but they look quick. When you take your time, and I'm not saying I look anything professional by any stretch, the more time I take on certain videos I've done, you can tell I took more time doing it. And I don't understand all the nuances too of the video stuff, the long fade ins and fade outs and credits, and when the graphics pop up and the photo, I'm like, or when you get the photo over the guy's shoulder.
Yes.
I try and put a photo in, it's the whole screen.
Yeah, I have no idea how
It's
to do
hard to
that
do.
stuff. Yeah.
It's hard to do. Now, to me, one of the programs I use is one of the few programs I have found that feels more like audio editing, which I think I'm very good at. So I'm okay with it. I'm still learning it, but it was easier for me to grasp the concept. There are other video programs. Like I remember I got Premiere. What was it called? Premiere. I can't think of what. Oh my
Adobe
God.
Premiere?
Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
I bought it. Dude, I couldn't figure that out to save my life, and I tried it 1,000 times.
So which one are you using that you think
I'm
is
using the Microsoft Clip. I think it's called Clip Champ. I think it's called. It was loaded on my computer, and for poops and giggles, I tried it one day, and I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be crap. It's free." Now I have since upgraded from the free version to the paid version, but as soon as it opened up, I'm like, I feel like I knew what I was doing
Yeah.
because it was very similar to audio editing. Now I'm not great at it, but I'm learning every day. I try and do more and more.
Yeah, I've only used the iMovie that
Okay.
comes, but again, done the most
Yeah.
basic things. There's no throwing graphics up
Sure.
and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and that's where it really looks good
Yeah.
is when you start doing that stuff.
Yeah.
But and then the other thing too is when you want to do it, like I would have no problem, even if you told me that I didn't have the Cowboys and Rutgers. I probably would still try and do something for sure, but I'd also be a lot more apt to do it, even if just a minimal amount of money was coming in for my time. I'm not saying get rich. I'm not saying make $8 million a year on this, but at least if I knew I was doing it, and let's say every video I knew $100 was coming in, at least I could justify if I spent 3 or 4 hours doing it and editing it. You know what? I made $25 an hour. No one's getting rich from that, but at least I feel like I did it for something. To churn out all these videos for literally nothing but a hope that at some point it pops, man, that's a tough ask.
Well, I think it all depends in where you are in life, right? So I think for both of us, our radio careers, we outlasted a bunch of people, right? So
For sure.
people who didn't want to make no money for a while, people who couldn't, you know, make 19 grand a year,
Right.
right? And as those people fall out and you keep staying in it, then opportunities arise. And I think that's a very similar thing that happens maybe with like YouTube shows,
True.
but
That's a very good analogy.
you might have to be in a different so like if a young person starting out trying it, they might be able to hang in there
Sure.
for a couple of years and churning stuff out and not seeing a profit, and then it finally hits. Where if you're older, you're like, I don't want to waste. I don't have time
It's
to
true.
be doing stuff with no
Life gets
payoff.
in the way.
Yeah,
And even as low as we were paid, you were 19, I was
yeah,
22,000 when I started. There was still a paycheck coming in at
there
the end of
was
the
right.
week. This is literally nothing.
Yeah,
And matter of fact, there are more expenses if you're traveling where you have to buy, new cartridges or new software.
Yeah.
Like all of that costs money. You actually want to get a guy to come video you. You got to pay that guy.
Yeah.
None of it's free.
Or if your video is like, what's the best overhead luggage to buy? Now you're buying all the ones to show people what is out there.
Correct.
That's an expense.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but I do think it's fun.
Yes.
I do think that the concept of it is fun.
Yeah. So I guess basically what I've learned from all of that was if you want to be able to make a living out of this, you've got to be able to consistently do 20-minute videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
This idea of these quick influencer things on TikTok and Instagram don't pay the bills
That sounds about right.
unless you have 5-10 million subscribers,
Yes, which is different.
which is different. Right? A regular person that's not famous it's going to be very difficult.
Yes, to
But
gain a following.
Yeah, but it seems
No
like
doubt.
if you can be consistent, although listen, we put a 25-minute video up every day on
How's this
YouTube
going?
and it stinks. So who knows?
I don't know. Yeah, it stinks.
Yeah. So who and it's been consistent, I think.
Like I think at this point, if I was seeing, I'm just being honest. We've been doing this now for what, 3 months, 4
Yeah.
months? If I would see the views have gone from, and it has gone up. It started, we were in the hundreds. Then we cracked 1,000 pretty regularly, but it seems like it's kind of plateaued at
Right.
like 1,500. Now, are there a couple that top 3,000? Yeah. But at this point, I would have liked to have seen a consistent 3,000 views and then maybe work on our way towards 4,000. And it seems like it's completely leveled itself
Yeah.
off. And I don't know if it's the titles, the subject matter, our photos, the thumbnail. I have no idea. This is what I'm talking about, wanting to understand it more.
Right.
Because I don't. All I know is we keep putting out fantastic programs for people that aren't watching them.
That's true, Jerry. This is fantastic
But
programming.
keep listening. By the
at
way,
its
can I give a
best.
quick pop? My
Yeah.
calendars will be in
Oh, the
on
2020.
2026. They will
Damn.
be in on Tuesday.
Okay.
They're ordered already and printed. I did get one order already, which is really cool. I didn't even mention this yet. But Recco Sports no, what is the website?
Is it Recco Sports LLC?
No, wow. So I have a couple. I have reccosports.com,
Okay.
which is about my cornhole league and the golf thing I'm planning on doing next year. And then I got Recco Sports Shop. If you go there, that's where the calendar is.
ReccoSportsShop.com.
Correct.
Okay.
And same thing. I'll be splitting the money with the Boomer Esiason Foundation this year for all sales.
Nice.
So
2026 calendars.
that's it.
All right, Jerry, let's do the warm-up show. I did that with
Are
CeeLo.
you working tomorrow?
I am.
Is Eddie?
He is.
So it's the three of us and Willie Colon and CeeLo.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
CeeLo will be in for you. You will be in for
Boomer
Gio
or Greg, whatever. Big Willie's
yeah,
in.
Big Willie's in for Boomer.
Correct.
Yes, we'll be here tomorrow. I'll have the warm-up show with CeeLo at 5 a.m.
Sounds good.
So